Let me give you, as we close today, 10 reasons for hope. 10. I could probably come up with more. But let me give you 10. Number 1, in Matthew 28, verse 20, Jesus said, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Dear friend, God has not abandoned you. He is with you through this. So number 1, He has not abandoned you. Number 2, He is coming back for you. He is coming back for you. He is with you to the end of the age, number 1. And number 2, at the end of the age, guess what He does? He comes back to take you to be with Him. Which brings us to number 3. Your eternity is not on this earth. You don't have to endure this forever. It's just for a time. Our eternity is with Christ in heaven. That is what we have to look forward to. And as long as that is our focus, we can endure now, can't we? The fourth thing that gives you reason to hope is that during this time when you're on the earth and all this craziness is going on, you still have time to preach the gospel. You still have time to bring the gospel to the unsaved. See, the desperation of our day will draw people to look for hope because they know that there's no hope outside of Christ. So it draws us to preach the gospel and it draws them to the gospel. Fifth reason for hope. God has equipped us with His Spirit and His Word. And both of them are sufficient for every challenge that we face. God has given us what we need for this hour. He has not left us without resources. He has not left us without His Word. He has not left us without Him. Sixth reason you have reason to hope is because this situation will cause you to love the world less and long for the glory of heaven more. There is nothing better than to long for heaven, to long for the time when we're in the presence of Christ, to want to be with Him more. And there is nothing that reminds us more of that and the beauty and the glory and the perfection of Christ than the sin that we see in the world around us. Seventh reason to have hope is that your heart should see all this perversion around you and have a greater ache for righteousness. We should be drawn to love righteousness more because of the evil of the world. Eighth reason to have hope. Watching the whole world system implode makes us long for a day when Christ will reign upon the earth. That kingdom is coming. That kingdom's coming. Ninth reason you should have hope is that all that is happening in this world is what must happen for God to bring about Christ's kingdom to this earth. Everything that we're going through, all the events that are happening in the world, not a one of them is apart from His sovereignty or apart from His Word. So we recognize that everything is happening by the sovereign hand of God to bring about the kingdom of Christ. And 10th, and very encouraging, He is still in command of it all. Listen to me, beloved, there is not one maverick molecule in the universe, and my Lord says that He has overcome the world. So we trust Him this dark hour. Dear friend, do you believe that God is who He says He is? Do you believe that He is as sovereign as you say He is? Do you believe that He is in command as the Scripture says He is? Because if you do in this hour, you have no reason to fear.